All right, we are back. Thank you for riding this journey with me. It is a truly interesting and tumultuous journey. So, the question that I'm posing in this episode, this installment, this is actually a premiere installment because I was not intending on having this conversation. This kind of strays away from the momentum of the Haley Comet installments that I want to go ahead and get done with so we can move on to some other pressing matters that are far more prevalent. But because of all of the the commotion through social media right now, I am truly been sitting home thinking to myself a new question, which is, are these so-called content creators, so-called content creators, etc., when they say justice for Adriana, I'm really starting to wonder, what does that look like to you all? What does justice for Adriana Young mean, right? Because just like I said in the last my previous episode, which is the term that's being thrown around, justice for Adriana, has really to me been diluted, because a lot of the same people that I am seeing that saying justice for Adriana are some of the same people that are attacking her loved ones, her father, her mother, her aunties, her cousins. Like, so when you all say justice for Adriana, what does that really entail to you? What does that mean to you? And when you ask that question, you people that are saying justice for Adriana but are attacking her family, are you projecting your pain and your anger or your narratives of what things should look like in a subjective standpoint of view rather than objective standpoint of view? So the conversation at this installment is going to be about one that's interesting to me, by the name of Queen of the Pat 52. And for those of you that are on TikTok, you probably saw my post and my response to her. And for those that are not on TikTok, this is why I'm bringing it to this platform, YouTube, so that you all can see. But this elder, and I say that respectfully because my mother raised me right, so I'm going to keep it respectful, like always that I try to do with people, but particularly to my elders who came before me. But I am really baffled by this elder's intentions at this point. And so I want to play this video for you all, and I would love to have the conversation. And for those of you that are new to my channel, I am new to this myself, so I'm still having to remember to save these plugs, etc., etc. So welcome to the Snap Ministry Podcast. This was birthed out of pain and purpose for others and righteousness and justice for not just Adriana Young, for all people, but particularly women, women who are not advocated for enough. But right now, we are focusing on this whole content creation, content creators, TikTok investigation. So again, you are now riding this journey with Sister Snap, Miss Snap. Call me what you want as it pertains to Snap. As long as we snapping together, we it's all good. And snapping. So for those of you that don't understand, what I mean by the Snap ministry is people often need a safe space to come and to let their grievances out, let their pain out, because they don't have family, they may not have friends, etc., etc. So this is what this podcast has been birthed for: is to create space for people to call in, to comment, to talk about things, that grievances that they've been met with, and especially if they don't have a sound place to get sound counsel from or help. This is what we're here for, and this is what this community will be built on. So, with that being stated, don't forget to engage. Please, I love conversations. If you want to make a comment, please drop in comments, educational, intellectual, non combative comments if you can, because we don't really need all of the extra stuff. But if not, I mean, do what you will. But yeah, drop a like, drop a share, drop a comment, or rather, share, drop a comment, and let's try to get the momentum going so we can get back to the nucleus at hand as it pertains to Adriana Young and true, what I call true justice for her. So let's dive into this current trending post that was made on TikTok by this elder. And I want to ask you all, do you all think that this elder's post was a post of experience, maturity, of good nature, is how I'll say it. So here's the post, and let's take a look, and let's dive into this conversation.
Tell lies and accused her, lied on her, and said that she said things about you, and she had to come out, represent herself, and
I started it too early. Hold on. I told you I'm still learning this process.
by
So
it.
let's let's get see if we can start from the beginning. I was trying to listen to it before we started.
Subryan Young kicks
Hello,
off
hello, hello,
and did the
people. Oh
unthinkable.
my God. Oh my God. You would not believe this. What I just saw play out on TikTok, money cannot buy it. You can't spend money to buy it. It is so I can't explain. It is just knocked me for six. It's got my mind going, whoo, whoo, whoo. I can't take it in. I can't take it in. Guys, if you don't know what I'm speaking about, there was just a whole lot of stuff that Subryan Young has been out cussing people. Cussing people. And you know what I'm disappointed about? Is the derogatory things that he's saying to women and what he will do up to them on a platform like this. You have children. Would you like your children to see this behavior? Is that what you call being a role model to your children? I know you might be grieving, Subryan, and I know that people grieve differently, but your actions tonight, there is no excuse for it. There's no excuse for it. The person that it showed you how to be is gone to the lowest low. And people are looking at you and laughing and they're saying this is the exact person that we know he is. We know it would come out sometime. It's not a good look. Now, you need to pick up your phone, Subryan, and ring Hayley Comet. I don't care about the rest of them. Ring Hayley Comet and apologize and take back those words that you said on social media. You take them back and come on social media and apologize to the people and apologize publicly to Hayley Comet, because it shows you as a very disrespectful and ungrateful individual. What you said to Hayley Comet is unforgivable. What you said to Hayley Comet is downright out of order, disrespectful. And your whole comments in general about women and what you want to do with women, you know what? People are laughing. People are laughing. You know why? Because they say no, we're not surprised and we're not disappointed, because he is showing himself out to be exactly what we say he is. You know what you had to do, Subryan? Sometimes you have to let sleeping dogs lie. You know differently, people know differently. But the thing that hurt me the most is that you come after a woman, cuss her out, tell her that you didn't beg her for nothing, you never asked for nothing. You never call and ask for nothing, was taking him out your mouth when she was trying to represent you and Amicia and your dead daughter, Adriana Younge, because somebody was being disrespectful to you, your wife, and your young daughter. And nobody had the guts to call her out. But Hayley probably would not have said anything if she did not come and tell lies and accused her, lied on her, and said that she said things about you. And she had to come out, represent herself, and to put it straight and to call your friend out. But I didn't hear you cussing out your friend. I didn't hear you cussing her out. And she's the one that's stirring the trouble. You know, I don't care about the rest. I don't care about the rest. I don't care who is your friend, who you're in like, what. But what Hayley Comet is the woman that has champion you and your family from the start, from day one of your daughter disappearance and unaliving. And she never stopped. She went through a lot. If other persons, including myself, would have gone through the amount of hate and the amount of stick that she's been given from family, friends, and people in general, and that she's stuck with you guys, you're very disrespectful and ungrateful. And if you want, Subryan, I am not going to say this with any reservations. And if you're not happy with what I said and you want to cuss me too, it's fine. But I want to say to you, you take back those words and don't ever go on social media disrespecting women on the whole like that. Just remember that you came from a woman. It's a woman that made you. And a woman made your children, and you have young daughter. And when somebody goes and says those things about women, you have to wonder what type of men they are. Take note, Sir Brian. That's all I have to say. Take note. They never say, do not cross the bridge that you cross. My grandmother always used to say that. And they say, don't bite the hand that feed you. Do not bite the hand that feed you. Be careful. Be careful. That's all I have to say. Guys, like, follow, share, repost, and comment. Follow me for more of this. You need to apologize to Brian. That's all I'm saying.
Subryan.
All right. Let's unpack that for a minute. I'm getting ready to play Subryan's actual response to Hayley. So for those that, like I keep saying, and I cannot reiterate enough in my podcasts, my episodes, people do not do the due diligence. People do not take the time that is so rightfully needed to do their own due diligence and to go down the rabbit hole for information, for factual information. The reason why I say that is because see how quick this particular elder was to make a post to respond to Subryan, but she made a post that was misinformed. The vulgar and the belittling and belligerent things that Subryan actually did say, and we're going to talk about that as well, were not addressed to Hayley. They were addressed to the woman who incited that, who were saying some horrific things about this man to end Angela. And that's going to be once I finish with the HC installments, I'm going to address Angela. I'm going to bring that to the light because this woman is provoking this man. And she as well was someone whom in the beginning stated that she would wanted justice for Adriana. But yet now, just like Hayley and so many others, she is now on the attack. Not only Subryan, she's attacked Amisha, the actual mother of that baby girl. She's attacked the grandmother, which most people are doing. I'm not here to defend granny stuff, any of that. I am focused on the people who gave life to this child, the people who are really on the grounds fighting for this child, such as Alana Trotz, the cousin, who had the official GoFundMe that Hayley Comet told her devotees and followers not to donate to that GoFundMe. So this thing is compounded. So people, I want you all to really think about Subryan, the man who pulled his daughter out of a pool of water, whom the whole village had seen that child's body was not in that pool or the whole night through the early morning and wound up in that pool. And that man, while having multiple police officers standing there doing nothing, what do they get paid for? Who jumped in that pool to grab that child's lifeless body? Her father. So, coupled with the fact that that child was abducted, taken away from her family, and then discarded in a pool like some trash, and then made to believe that she drowned in the pool. That's adding insult to injury, people. So for all of you that are on this bandwagon attacking him, because the comments you people put in these posts are freaking bananas. I am disturbed by some of the people's thought processes on the comments that they make towards this man. And because this man had one moment of non-flattering response, a non-flattering response, you all are rushing to attack him. So I'm gonna play this brother's true response because he did two responses. The first one was to Angie, Angie, and the second one was to Hayley. And none of all those things that Queen of the Pack that you're inciting, you're alluding to, it was his response to HC. His response to Angela was that you're referring to. So you're misinformed about that. So you telling this man to pick up the phone and call Hayley, especially after all of the vicious and vile things that she's done. But people like you and so many others that I see on TikTok who have drank this HC juice because she's spinning the false narrative that she raised money to be there to help. Not to mention certain funds that were raised within that group of time and within that span, they go unaccounted for. And Alana Trott speaks to that. And that's why her and Alana have gotten, one of the reasons that they got into it, because Alana Trott pulled her card and proved that, yes, she raised money, but she's using this money thing to insert herself into family's business and now feels she has an access pass to what I call acting as. And plus, all of the funds were not accounted for. But that's another conversation that'll be in the HC installment. But people like you that are talking about Hayley, and he needs to apologize to Hayley. You're telling this man to apologize for something he didn't even say to her. He was stating that those horrific words to and Angela, and we're going to talk about that as well. But let's just play his response for now, the actual response to Hayley comment.
Good afternoon. For the woman who talking about money done and who broke and who this and who next, that was next. Next is how you reach you and active.
My apologies. This is the actual one to Angela. And for those of you that just heard me say to the woman talking about the money, etc., he's talking about to and Angela. In fact, you know what? Let me run that one down because that one actually, this might help you all get a better understanding to you, Queen of the
Rage. That your money run out. Your little hush money, your little bribery money run out. Now you're broke. So now you think you can come here on this social platform asking for gifts? What happened to all the money that y'all get? What happened to all the money that people give to you guys? What happened to the money that people give to you? What happened to the money that your mother collect? Why is your mother not locked up yet for your picnic? So you mean to tell me you guys took the hush money, now you're broke, now you're begging, and your mama still walking around here free? Tell your mother take back the furniture to court and get back the money and give it to you. Stop begging. That's not justice. So hush money done, fun done, ATM broke up, you broke. What's next? What is next? It's funny how you're concealing and protecting your mother. And your mother is responsible for your picnic. And to this day, you still ain't coming forward to say exactly what you know. But you're coming up here with a big smile from ear to ear. And you're playing on games and going live and asking for gifts. Like nothing happened. Is you grieving? Is you still grieving? You don't look like a grieving father to me. You do not look like a grieving father to me.
All right. So to Miss Queen of the Pack 52, and for all of you that are attacking this man, that's just one of the posts that this woman stated directly to Subryan, and he heard it and he got back to him. Not to mention, she also did another post that I did not want to bring up here because it is so vile. And just in case children see it, I don't want them to see what she accused this man of. But this woman accused this man of the word that rhymes with grape and spoke about this man basically being the big P word as it pertains to a grown man dealing with underage young ladies, young girls. Those are very, very, very highly slanderous and defamatory accusations to make against someone, again, against a grieving father. And again, the question to all of you that are coming for this man is, what do you expect for this man to do? Do you expect for this man, Subryan Younge, to sit around day in and day out and be grief stricken? One will go crazy. And for those of you that are not aware, this month, the month of July, is the month of mental health awareness for minorities, which I don't think people that look like this are minorities. We are the majorities, but that's another note. But I need you all to understand what mental health, cyberbullying, bullying, instigating, all of these things affect people. And people will not always have the fortitude or the know-how to be poised, to be censored in their responses, in their words, let alone their responses. It's only so much that human beings people can take, but not just human beings, but let's talk about this human being that we all know what he and his family has endured. Again, this is the man that pulled his lifeless child out of a pool of water. So I ask the question to you all of you that are attacking him now, how much do you think you could take? And if people of all walks of life, this is people from all over the world that has access to this man through social media. Now, me personally, would I continue to be on social media while going through something of the magnitude of what Subryan Younge and his family is going through? I may not do that because I move and walk in a different light. But some people may need for the positive people might come to social media to look for that positive attention to try to spread more awareness. That's what these platforms are made for. That's why it's called the World Wide Web. It's the web that brings the worldwide people of all over the world together. And so initially, I know that that's what that man, I believe, rather, that that's what that man was attempting to do, was to bring awareness. Now, through it all, he's still a young father. This isn't a man that's a 40, 50, 60-year-old man. This is a young father who's still navigating through life. And this whole social media thing that other people who probably have been masterminded it, hence Hayley Comet, and knows how to capitalize and utilize it to her advantage. He's, from what I believe, is still navigating through it. And he's learning as he go. We all have trial and error. So again, who are we to judge this man because he's on here playing a game with Fata? Because like so many of you, including that same woman, 2N Angela, that sits on her lives at night, now with the empty boxes, because so many people now want nothing to do with you because your slip is showing. The veil has been lifted. People see that your mind state is not so stable, including myself, which is one of the things I've told my comrades early on. Something not right with this woman. But if you all want to engage with this woman because she wants to come aboard over here where we're fighting for justice, we're trying to bring awareness about Hayley Comet, that's fine. But behind closed doors, I've always said something's not right with that woman. That woman has a disturbed spirit. Something about her is not happy in her being, if that makes sense. And it's come to fruition. What we just saw in so many of her other posts. And I would implore you all again, do your own research. Stop waiting for the tricks and likes and the likes and the base just for the quick information. Hence, Queen of the Pack making that premature post when it was wrong. Now we see that woman, Angela, 2N Angela, was the one that incited this response from Subryan.
Fucking cock and like buggy your mother's cunt. This one next. Ain't telling you up on TikTok asking for money. Like asking for buggy your mother's cunt, huh? Eh? Why don't come like ask me like buggy your good? You like your big BT, your big Pete, big pokey your mother's cunt. You even know what thing like run your fucking mouth. Why don't come and suck me cock like breaking your mouth? Eh? This one next. As the one next, this one next. Come like buggy your BT hole. This one next.
Now, let's talk about that. And remember, this is no judgment at all, because again, I understand. And like I stated in my response, matter of fact, I'll play that response for all of you all, because that might just just make it easier for me with my breath. Let's take a listen to my response to Queen of the Pack 52.
The unthinkable. Oh my God, you would not believe this. What I just saw play out on TikTok, money cannot buy it. You can't spend money to buy it. It is so um I can't explain. It is just knocked me for six. It's got my mind going, whoo, whoo, whoo. I can't take it in. I can't take it in. Guys, if you don't know what I'm speaking about, there was just a whole lot of stuff that Subryan Young has been out cussing people. Cussing people. And you know what I'm disappointed about? Is the derogatory things that he's saying to women and what he will do up to them on a platform like this.
I would expect better from you as an elder sister. I think that what you're doing is egregious, and I think that it is very disrespectful. And I don't think, and I think how you just conducted yourself proves to the point of why we as a people have so fallen from grace. You are willing to literally acknowledge and hail up and give more respect to a woman from London soils who has come into this family life and has been a thorn in their side. All for what? Because she appears to be, for people like you and so many others that don't do the due diligence, that don't go down the rabbit hole and realize just who she really is, that she is a wolf in sheep's clothing, all because of money. You are playing into the same narrative that has been happening to us historically. And it's sad. And I, as a middle aged woman, I am disappointed in you. You are inciting emotions that are not warranted. You are literally attacking this man. But let's remember how many times you say, we want justice for Adriana. You do realize that Adriana's, that's her father, right? You do realize that that's the man that jumped in the pool and pulled his lifeless baby's body out of that water. You do realize that this man has, as of yesterday, had yet to respond to any of the negative attacks that has been made towards him and his family since April 23rd. You do realize that Hayley Comet has attacked this man and his family on so many levels, has literally seeked her way into his life just to get attention. But instead of you addressing her for the incitement and the negative attention that she's now bringing to this man and his family, or because she has no more content, you instead attacked him. What does that say about you? What is your agenda? Why are you follow me? Oh my God, money can't buy this. Why are you bringing up money? Is it that you're trying to get monetized on TikTok yourself, so you're trying to create a following? You are wrong. You and so many of these other content creators, too, and Angela, all of these people that are claiming you want justice for Adriana, but yet and still you attack the person that gave that child life. You all should be ashamed of yourself. You're too old of a person to be conducting yourself like this. You're not helping. You're no different from Hayley Comet attacking this man. How much does a person have to take? And then after so many months, it's been weeks, 2, almost 3 months, that this man has yet to be belligerent, be aggressive. He's only honored God and said he's not this, he's not that. He just wants, he's trying to get through this. And after so many negative things have been thrown at this man, he finally has a reaction, which was warranted. It was warranted. Imagine being attacked by people from all over the world, day in and day out. You're getting messages, etc., from people saying, oh, you want money, oh, you this, you that. This man is still fighting for justice. This man still has no closure, no resolve to what happened to his daughter.
And people like you are making posts about this man and attacking this man for how he responded. Could he have done it differently? Absolutely, he could have. But let's be real. This isn't a man that comes from a silver spoon family. This is a man that was born of high society. This isn't a man that was born of blue blood. This is a man that was born in the trenches of the gully of Guyana. We see how he lives, we see where he lives. And all this while, this man still conducting himself with grace and poise. And now, when he's had enough, because these people are relentless in how they attack him, including Hayley, who only raised money so that she can get into the family's life, because this is the pattern that she does with so many other cases. This is not the first case that she's done this to, and this will not be the last case because of people like you that enable her negative, her cantankerous, her chaotic ways. Subryan had every right to do what he did yesterday. Could it have been done better? Absolutely, it could have been. But who are we to judge? And all of you people that claim to be Christians, godly people, this is how you all act. Nothing about how you act is righteousness. You are wrong, elder. You are too old to be conducting yourself like that. You need to go sit down somewhere, go sit down and take a breath and breathe. You need to breeze off because you're doing too much. And all of you out there is tricking for likes off of the back of other people's pain. Do better. Do better.
All right. So that was my response to the elder. And again, if you notice on the elder's end of her, and even the like I tried to mention it on some other platforms, like even the thumbnail or whatever the imagery that the elder used, in that post. She got pictures of Angela, HC, all of these crazy pictures and saying, follow me. And even how she starts the post, it's indicative of someone that is, for a lack of better terms, and I say this respectfully because she is my elder, that is tricking, what I call tricking for likes. It's distasteful. And then for this woman to attack this man and tell this man that he needs to apologize to Hayley. And again, I can't say it enough. It was wrong. You asking this man to apologize to someone for something that he didn't say. He didn't say that to her. He was talking to Angela. But you quickly went and made a post, and it was wrong. And this is the question now that I'm posing towards people, is are we really wanting justice for Adriana, or right now content creators just really focus on getting their following up? Follow me, like, check, like, share, subscribe, comment. Like, where's the integrity, people? Where is the morale? So I was trying to upload it while I was just talking. I was trying to upload Subryan's actual response to Hayley. So let me now go ahead and put this on. Let me cue this up. And I'm going to play the response. So remember now, the first response where he was saying some very, very atrocious things, and I'm going to address that as well because I'm getting aside for myself. But I'm going to address that. But I really want to play his actual response to Hayley. And this is towards Queen of the Pack and all of you that are attacking him because he was not responding to Hayley when he was using all of those curse, all of the things that he said. Those were towards to and Angela. This is the actual response that I'm about to cue up. That was to Hayley Comet.
This one ain't for Hayley. Hayley, keep me name out your mouth. You what y'all? Keep me name out of your mouth. When you're ready to talk, keep Hayley, keep me name out of your mouth. Begging you, or talk to you, or call you, and tell you, keep me name out your mouth. When you have your fucking talk, you don't mention me name. Because I never reach out to you and ask you for one time, never call none of you and ask you for nothing. You keep me name out your mouth. God.
All right. All right. So let's talk about that and we're going to wrap up because this was just should have been just a quick premiere. I'm a very long winded person because I try to get facts, truth, and realness out. So sometimes I can't just cut stuff off because I'm not here tricking for likes. I'm here to bring awareness to misinformation and what is no longer what I deem justice for Adriana Young, right? So, with that being stated, we just heard his response. He specifically said, "This is to Hayley. I've called you, I've told you, keep my name out your mouth." So, that first clip that I played where he was using all of those terms, those slang terms, that was to in Angela. When I laugh, I'm not laughing because it's funny, because I am a woman and I don't want any man speaking to any woman in that manner. Hence why my last episode to that young man on TikTok, and you know who you are, when I came into the box to bring awareness and to talk about the facts and clear some things up, you attacked me because your mama ain't raised you right, clearly, and you said, or you invited me to all your body parts, and it really moved me too, because I saw women in those same boxes with this man when he attacked me, that didn't say, "Yo, brother, we might be with you on this, but yo, you can't talk to the sister like that. The sister didn't curse at you, the sister didn't." So can I, in the same breath, be okay with what Subryan was saying? No, of course not. I'm not okay with that as a woman of what I consider high caliber. But what I will say is, was his emotion warranted? Absolutely. But like I said in that comment to Queen Pat, this is not a man that comes from a highly educated background who has a plethora, an abundance of academic scholastic terms that he can just spew out. And if you listen to a lot of people in the Caribbean, particularly in Guyana, because we're talking about Guyanese people, they use these terms, the S term and the pokey, for those that know what pokey is. Like that's just a part of their narrative when they get upset. Women say it to one another. So let's not attack this man because he reverted to what he innately knows how to quickly spew out of his mouth. Again, could it have been done in better taste? Absolutely. But again, let's ask ourselves, ye without judgment cast the first stone. How much has this man taken? We heard what Angela said to him. And if you didn't hear it the first time, let me bring it up again, because I just feel like sometimes let's run it back one more time before we get out of here.
And outrage that your money run out. Your little hush money, your little bribery money run out. Now you're broke. So now you think you can come here on this social platform asking for gifts? What happened to all the money that y'all get? What happened to all the money that people give you to you guys? What happened to the money that people give to you? What happened to the money that your mother collect?
I'm going to leave that there. I think that's enough. And you can go to her site and you can do your own research, because that's what we're here for. We're here to place things at your feet at the Snap Ministry Podcast, place information at your feet, and help you have accountability for your own research, doing your own due diligence. That woman just literally spoke to this man and said he was broke, etc., etc. And that really wasn't the clincher. For those that know, that really got that man what we call say 38 hot. It was when she attacked this man and called this man something that no man who, especially who doesn't perform these acts, doesn't want to be called. The term that rhymes with great, you basically call that man that. So please go and look at her page and do your research. You said this man was the big keyword where men that are adult men that are of age deal with girls who are not of age. That term, she called that man that term. Go and do your research for that. So that is what incited that man's response to where he was using all the belligerent language. And again, I just again ask for us on these platforms to be mindful of what this man has endured. So let's think about some things. All of you that are talking about go ask your mother, your mother, your mother, your mother. We all have mothers, right? So even if it is true that the mother played was negligent, as I'm going to say, or there are some questionable aspects with his mother as it pertains to the demise of his beautiful daughter. That's a hard rock. That's a hard rock to be in between, especially if you don't have factual evidence as the child of a person who people are accusing. So now you have to tread lightly, because you may not want to completely attack your own mother, but in the same breath, you might be questioning your mother. And see, here's the thing about what all of us out here in the World Wide Web are failing to realize. We don't know what that man has said or done to his mother behind closed doors. And yes, because he comes on a public platform and says, I don't have no problem with my mother, I ain't stressing about my mother, etc., etc. Who are we to judge? Because he might in the duality of it might feel he needs to defend his mother. until actual facts come out and it's proven, legally proven. So for now, all of it is hearsay. And again, I'm not getting back into what Angie on Fire Feelings got into. I'm not getting into any of that because, again, that's her opinion that she brought to a public platform and that I believe aided in inciting all of these emotions and now the division amongst people. Personally, I understand if how one feels about family, but there's two sides of the family. There's the paternal and the maternal. I'm not getting into all of that because I know the dialogues, the what's been spewing around with Amika, what she posted. I know about all of that, but this is what we're failing to realize is that's family business. So although they're putting it on a public platform for everyone to see, that does not mean, just like you said, Queen of the Pack, sometimes you let sleeping dogs lie. Sometimes we just have to see the information that gets put out there and just sit with it. We don't always have to be so quick to engage or be so quick to want to just be a part of the nonsense of the chaos. It's okay to be like, that's interesting. Sit down and use critical thinking skills and think. This man is frustrated, people. This man is frustrated. He's frustrated because his daughter was abducted from him and his family. His daughter was unalived in broad daylight, like the sister said, we witnessed, like I think her name is Melly Mel said, we witnessed, no, we didn't physically witness what happened to us, but while the people were outside of that gate, that child was being unalived. So we all were bearing witness indirectly to what was happening to that baby inside that building. So we know we were her father, like he said, I was so far away, but yet so close. That man lives with every day. Then on top of that, now you have these authorities that's basically telling you this woman drowned, goes to the. They have taken every possible measure to cover up how that child was unalive, even creating false narratives. Your president of Guyana got on. What president gets on a platform and reads off an autopsy report that which was still not given to the parents? Still not, literally told they need to go to court. See, people, y'all are just following these content creators and y'all don't know the full in-depth aspects of everything that's transpired and why this man, by that post when he used those belligerent words, has had enough. He's had enough. He has done what I consider, and so many logical people consider, very well so far. Plenty of us we may not have waited until now to say and do the things that he's done. It might have popped off for some of us the first week or two of being attacked or the first month. We're now going on almost 90 days of there being no resolve for this man. So to this Queen of the Pack, the last thing I'm going to leave out of here with before we get out of here is your mentality. What is your agenda? Let me play one last clip before we get out of here. And this question now, like I said, goes back to the essence of, are these content creators really wanting justice for Adriana, or are they trying to build their own platform to get to follow me? Oh my gosh. This is a woman that said she was wanting justice for Adriana, but yet she just attacked his father off of misinformation and spewed out a false narrative because she told this man to apologize to Hayley Comet in alluding that response where he was using the belligerent words was towards HC, and it wasn't. It was towards Angela. So she was wrong in that. Now let's look at a post that she did before, and this makes me wonder about her mentality. And we're gonna get out of here.
The autopsy results is out. I'm so excited. I am so excited. Now, Adriana, just as we were saying, she did not drown. She did not drown. Dr. Carol that done the autopsy today said she would be reluctant to say that this young girl drowned and she's calling for criminal investigation. Same thing we were saying. Look at the lengths that this government went through to cover up this murder of this little girl. If the family hadn't pressed and continued with the fight for justice, they would not get this result. Jack Dio, Irfan Ali, you should be ashamed of yourself. You should be ashamed of yourself. And all of them people, all them doctors, Mr. McCushion and all the others come and give you a judgment. You for one that didn't even do no investigation to say that your judge is consistent. Show us the report. We want to hear from all these people that come with the conclusion that Adriana Younge wronged. We want them to pay. We want the government of Guyana. We want you guys to apologize to the family, apologize to the world, to the the injustice and the lies and the cover up that you guys were involved in for this girl. But we said it, God doesn't sleep. Justice must prevail. She did not wronged. She did not drown. That is, oh my God, Baron, Jati, Efran, Ali, all of you guys, you're wicked. You're wicked. You're day coming. You're all day coming. Vengeance is mine, says the Lord. You will meet it. All of you in the cover up, each and every one, y'all were putting in front of us and shooting at dogs eat your body. This is what y'all want. That is what y'all want. That is what you guys require. Y'all is not human beings no more. No more human beings. Y'all need killing. Killing. Oh my God. God doesn't sleep. This is the time for exposing all y'all for y'all wicked ways, your wicked ways and your corruption. And let us see all of you people supporters that keep promoting and supporting the government and being racist to people and being so nasty to the family and all of that. All of you guys should be shaming yourself. Y'all, they coming to y'all.
I just want to take a quick pause, real quick, for those that are still here with us. You did notice what she just said, how wicked people are being to the family. This is why I posed the question. People, please drop a comment. This is the question that I'm posing. See my point? Do content creators really want justice for Adriana? Really care about the family? Because any little small thing that comes about that they, in their mentality, feel should or should not have happened, they then are so quick to turn the cheek and attack the family members. Now, this woman just said about people attacking the family, but now this was a post beforehand, clearly when they said that the child didn't drown after Dr. Terry spoke her piece in Gwinnett County. This is first of all how erratic she was, all these emotions that she's saying. Now, could we as a people judge her and be like, you are crazy? You look at all this. You need, she said the president needs killing. She just said her president of her country needs killing. We could have easily judged her for that, right? But people like me, particularly, I wouldn't judge her for that because I knew she was in her emotions and she wasn't speaking with a clear head. That's what I presume, right? So, again, we need to give people grace. Look at this woman's behavior. This is erratic behavior. I don't know if this is a person that I would want to, me personally, listen to, because this person is entrenched and deeply moved by emotions and not by logic.
That done this to this little girl. And you guys are you guys are also responsible because you keep blaming, you keep supporting the culprits and the murderers. You keep supporting them because you guys are the same. Boys of a feather flock together. But God does not sleep, and He will, and He's revealing you guys for your wicked ways. God knows. God knows. Adriana, family, oh my God, hats off to you and for your persistence in ensuring that this young girl death did not go in vain. And thank you to every single person that helped in some way or the other for these persons, these family to be able to get the finance to do what they're doing to ensure that their daughter body was transported to America and she had the second autopsy, just like a blind man can see that she was not murdered, and just like the government of Guyana try everything possible.
All right, enough of that. But I hope that helps you all understand why I posed the question about content creators. Now, I want to leave you all with this note, with what the Queen of the Pack 52, one of the last things she said. She said she wants to thank all of those that gave money to help get this baby's body to Gwinnett County, which is Atlanta, Georgia, here in the United States, to have the autopsy done. On that note, I'm going to go ahead and close out, because when we come back to the next installment as it pertains to Hayley Comet, is she helping or is she hindering the getting justice for Adriana Younge? I think that's a great question for us to leave with, because I am going to address this false narrative as well and show the proof where Hayley Comet, and she just reiterated while she's claiming she's on holiday, which is so interesting. That's a whole other conversation. Stated she paid. She keeps